What's up, guys? Today's video is going to be about going to swaps. It's going to be a quick one because we're just going to go through, get what we need, probably spend some time talking to some people. But first things, things that I always get before going is one, a bunch of cash. I know some sellers, some breeders, they do pre-sales. So I have a couple things that ordered ahead of time from somebody, and then I paid electronically for those. And then most other people, I believe, some people might take card, but I think it's safest to bring cash. Second thing I always bring is a backpack. Depending on what you're going to get, you might get some stuff that you're not even planning on getting. So I like to carry a bag so I can just put all the fish in there. They can be nice and dark, somewhat better insulated from any temperature changes. So that's another big tip. So I just pulled in. This is for the Gcca swap in Northbrook, Illinois. It's at a Hilton hotel, and there's a lot of cars. They were off during the summer, so swap season is here. So it's the first official one. I'm kind of excited. Let's go inside. All right, here we are walking into the hotel. As you can see, it's a packed parking lot. Beautiful day. Normally, it's a little difficult to find parking. Still early. Crowds start to clear out, but not bad. Walking into the swap, straight ahead of me, got a couple of tables, $5 entry fee, which is not bad at all. So here is the swap floor. On the right, you got my buddy Jay from J4 Flowerhorns. I'll link his description. Link his website in the description below. Fantastic fish. Known Jay for a while. Before he blew up, he's a very, very humble guy, very nice guy, great fish. Strolling through, if you guys saw that on the left, we've got the king and queen of Fish Tube, Primetime Aquatics, Jason and Joanna. Very fortunate enough to have them local. Pretty sure every swap I've been to, I've pre-ordered fish from them. Great fish. Got Lucy's over here on the right. Fantastic guppies. You guys will see coming up that I did purchase some guppies from them, and they look beautiful. So this swap is Gcca, which is the Greater Chicago Cichlid Association. Just by going off of that, you might think that, all they have is cichlids, but definitely not. I'd say a good portion is cichlids, but, from guppies to plecos, a bunch of different types of tetras, bettas, plants, hardscapes. Sometimes, you can find some used tanks, a lot of filters, heaters, anything you think of is pretty much here. So usually my plan of attack is to make one lap. So if you can see, that's how the bags look. Sometimes they'll have the pictures of the fish that are inside, or the names with the quantity and the prices. Got some discus here. So I'll generally make a first lap, kind of see if there's anything that I need to have, because chances are by that second lap it might not be there. So I want to snag those up real quick, and then on the second lap I'll pick up my pre-orders, say hello to everybody, and then start looking around for anything that I might want. Here we've got Pleco Pete, bunch of plecos. I bought a bag full of the green neons from them last time, which unfortunately were in the tank that got nuked. Over here, I was really tempted. Look at this beautiful Buse display. He has them all on these driftwood pieces. Fantastic prices. More fish, more food. Bought fish food here a couple times. Plants, excellent plant selection. Looking super green. And coming up on the right side, a lot of you guys probably know who this is, but this is Prism Bettas. Also fortunate enough to have her locally. This is Casey. Known her for a while now. She, purchased a fish from her before she opened her brick and mortar, but great fish always. A lot of stuff going on that table. And then right here in the corner, they do a silent auction, which is really cool. You can win a bag of fish for like $1, but nothing caught my eye. Other things were just too big, so I didn't put in any bids. But that's about it. But we're just going to take a closer look at Prism Bettas. Got some plants and some axolotls. She brought some amphibians here. And then the pride and joy, the wall of Bettas. Beautiful display. Nicely marked, super tempting. Almost walked away with a couple. There, if you see, yeah, amazing fish. A couple caught my eye right here. This half moon, blue and white. Then I saw another placket, which I think is a blue rim, Dalmatian-like. Ooh, super tempting. She always brings more things. A bunch of wood here, moss, different types of fish. We've got rows of snails. We've got a butterfly pleco that was on the left that, you know, I really wanted. Some puffers. All right, guys, we are done. It's about 12:50 right now. I got here probably 10:45, so it's been about 2 hours. They opened at 10, and then they closed at 1, but like everybody's packing up and they're all done right now. I like to stay. So my plan is usually get here a little early so you have the best selection and stay towards closing time to see if there's any deals going on. I picked up a good amount, filled the backpack. It's probably about 40 pounds, but you know, all of that's water weight. So it's a lot of bags in there. Let's drive home. It's about an hour from here, and then we'll do an unbagging. All right, we'll see you there. We're back to the fish room and got a bag full of goodies. So I think I got just the amount that I wanted. All right, let's just start by unbagging. Okay, so here got the black metal lace guppies. And then here is bluegrass. I ended up getting a pair of each and then figured I would need more to get started. So I went back and bought another pair. It's just a lot going on. So here's the second pair. One little juvie in there, my black metal lace, and then the bluegrass. All right. This one's a little small, but it'll be okay. And then I visited my buddy Bob, who gave me the red dragons and then the albino full reds. And of course, gave him some of my business and made a purchase of some all males. So these will go in the guppy mutt tank. And what else do we have? Is that it? Yeah, and then my pre-order from Jason at Primetime. Got my panda cories and the Galaxy Rasboras, or Celestial Pearl Danios. Super excited about these. And that's it. There wasn't much wheeling and dealing. I tried to stay a little bit towards the end to see if there was any good deals to have. Best thing I got out of it was a pond basket. So it's gonna be great for my breeding any egg scatterers. It's got the little holes under and on the sides for the eggs to fall through. So that's gonna save that for later. So most of these fish, I'm just gonna acclimate by temperature acclimating them. Jason, Bob, you know, we're pretty close to each other, so our water's like same. So the guppies I got, they're about 3 hours south of me, and from after talking to them, they told me that they use RO water. So these guys I'm going to drip acclimate and then put them into their own tanks. So let's start with that. All I'm going to do for drip acclimating is, since these guys all came from the same breeder, I'm just going to open them up and put them into a bucket right now. And I'm going to get a air hose with, what is this called? I don't know what it's called. With a valve. All I'm going to do is just get an air hose with one of these valves to regulate how much water flow goes into the water, and then I'm just going to have it on the drip. All right, so I can't find my clip, so this is just the bottom portion of a sponge filter, and should just weigh it down. And then I'm just going to get this drip started. And you can see the water's flowing. And it's just dripping out like that. Oh, there we go. I don't know, the gravity's kind of working against it. But we got on a slow drip. We'll just let that continue. Right into the tank. I don't know if you can see that drip right there. All right, we'll just let that feed for a little bit until water gets, I don't know, probably like 20 minutes. And then we're gonna take my panda cories and the galaxies, and they're gonna go in their own quarantine tank. A little warmer than I want it. Let's turn it down. All right, so we've got a decent amount of water in there, probably a little more than double what came in. So that means it's good enough. And let's release everything. Grab my net. All right, so we got this tank right here. We are going to grab the black metal laces all in one scoop. Right. On there. And then we'll grab the bluegrass. Perfectly in one scoop. Shut off this guy. Now I've already added some Fritzheim 7 to the tanks to add that live bacteria, as well as this one. Let's go ahead and add these guys in. Jason's bags are much thicker. So we've got, it's hard to see with the black background, but got our black metal lace there. Looking nice. Super excited to get those. Those were on my bucket list to get, and I managed to get them. As were, oh, a little erratic. As were these bluegrass. So just keep an eye on those guys. Make sure they're doing all right. Flow might be a little too much. All right. And then we've got the CPDs in the back right corner. We've got the panda cories scattered throughout. Might darken this up a little bit, put a little cover over the lid so they can acclimate better. What I'm gonna do is add some guppy grass to the two guppy tanks. Hopefully give them a little bit more shelter and shade, somewhere to hide, and let them acclimate a little bit better. But they're looking pretty good. All right, so I'm just gonna unbag the guppies, the mud guppies, and plop them in the tank. And that's pretty much it. I think, I don't know, I think, you know, hopefully you guys learned something in this video. I definitely do enjoy going to the swaps. They're gonna be the place where you can probably buy the fish at the cheapest prices because you're getting them directly from the breeders. It's always good to ask questions like what the water pH they're keeping them in, what they're feeding them, and things like that, so you have a better chance of survival when you acclimate them to your tanks. Yeah, I guess that's it. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. All right, I actually just want to show you guys something. I saw a drip. I thought something was leaking. I looked down in here, and so lo and behold, can you guys see him? The guppy jumped out of this onto the back and landed straight into my Betta tank. So I'll have to fish him out and put a lid on that tank.